Think you're all set for your dream cruise vacation? Think again. You've made it through check-in, security, and that awkward elevator ride with 12 strangers. But just when you're ready to kick back, boom, your phone rings. Please report to security. That's right. You've been summoned to the dreaded naughty room. And why? Because something you packed that you had no idea was banned. In 2025, cruise lines have quietly added some shocking new restrictions that could ruin your vacation before it even starts. Miss just one of these new rules, and you could lose your item, or worse, your entire cruise. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 11 things you absolutely cannot bring on a cruise ship anymore, including one at the end that's already costing unsuspecting travelers thousands of dollars. This is insider information you won't find in the fine print. Ready to save your next vacation? Let's dive in. Number 1. Bluetooth speakers and white noise machines. That innocent Bluetooth speaker you were planning to use for some poolside tunes? It's now completely banned on Carnival cruises, even if you only intended to use it quietly in your cabin. And get this, the ban extends to white noise machines too, which is throwing off thousands of cruisers who rely on them to sleep through those thin-walled cabins. Carnival claims it's about ensuring you can hear emergency announcements, but let's be real. It's also their way of shutting down those self-appointed poolside DJs who blast music like the Lido deck is at Coachella. The cruise line wants control over the atmosphere, and your speaker doesn't fit their plan. Pro tip: pack earbuds or headphones instead. You still get your playlist, but security gets to keep their job. But what if I told you that's not the only tech item they're cracking down on? Number 2. Personal Starlink and Wi-Fi sharing devices. Here's a secret the tech-savvy travelers discovered, and that cruise lines quickly shut down. Some clever passengers were bringing their own Starlink dishes or personal hotspots on board to bypass those ridiculously expensive Wi-Fi packages. Genius, right? Well, the cruise companies caught on fast. Now, devices like portable Starlink satellites or anything that splits one paid connection across multiple people are strictly prohibited. Security even actively scans for rogue networks during your voyage. Get caught, and they'll confiscate your gear faster than you can say buffering. That $20 per day internet package suddenly doesn't look so bad, does it? Think that's intrusive? Wait until you hear what family-friendly item just made the banned list. Number 3. Walkie Talkies and baby monitors. Once considered cruise essentials for families trying to stay connected, walkie talkies and wireless baby monitors are now prohibited on many major cruise lines, including Royal Caribbean and Norwegian. Why? These seemingly harmless devices can actually interfere with the ship's critical communication systems, potentially disrupting emergency radio frequencies. That's not just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Even if your walkie-talkie specifically say cruise-friendly or low power, don't count on getting them past security. Most lines have stopped playing the guessing game and banned them outright. The same goes for wireless baby monitors. That signal can mess with ship operations. What's your alternative? Download the cruise line's app. Most offer free onboard messaging. Or, here's a revolutionary idea. Agree on specific meetup times and places like we did in the pre-smartphone era. But here's where it gets really interesting. Number 4. Boxed wine and bulk alcohol. Wine lovers. I've got some bad news. While most cruise lines still allow you to bring one standard bottle of wine per adult, boxed wine has been completely banned. And no, it's not because they're wine snobs. The real reason? Boxes are harder to inspect, easier to tamper with, and frankly, harder to control once they're open. It's the exact same reason they won't let you bring liquor, beer, or even those innocent-looking hard seltzers on board. If you show up at check-in with that box of Francia, you'll either watch it get confiscated or, if you're lucky, flagged for pickup after the cruise, when it's completely pointless. Your move? Stick with standard sealed wine bottles and don't forget a corkscrew that isn't on the banned list. Yes, some are. Your balcony sunset toast depends on it. Here's a bizarre one you definitely wouldn't expect. Number 5, upside-down pineapple decorations. Yes, you heard that correctly. This tropical fruit has actually made it onto the official ban list, but not for the reason you might think. For the uninitiated, an upside-down pineapple isn't just a quirky door decoration. It's become widely recognized cruise code for passengers looking to, let's say, swing into new social circles. After too many confused encounters and complaints, Carnival has explicitly banned pineapple symbols used in this way from stateroom doors, balconies, and public areas. So even if you genuinely just like the tropical aesthetic, it's best to leave the inverted fruit at home, unless you're prepared to explain a whole lot more than your cabin number to curious neighbors. Don't worry though, there are entire themed cruises where that pineapple would be more than welcome. But on your average family sailing, not so much. Keep watching, because the next ban could literally leave you powerless. Number 6. Multiplug outlets with regular sockets. This one's causing massive confusion, and that's exactly why it's catching so many cruisers off guard. Royal Caribbean recently updated their prohibited items list and quietly added multi-plug outlets to the lineup. Here's the kicker. They didn't just mean surge protectors, which have been banned for years. They now prohibit almost anything that adds extra plugs, even those handy little outlet extenders that used to be cruise hacks. USB-only hubs are still acceptable, for now. But if your charger has both USB ports and standard outlets in one device, it's getting confiscated by security. The real problem? Some ships built before 2010 still only have 2 outlets in the entire cabin. So if you're not bringing the right kind of charger, someone's phone is going to bed with a 3% battery. Pro tip: invest in multiple USB-only charging hubs. They're still allowed and can save your digital life on board. Speaking of travel restrictions, my video on TSA's new checked luggage rules for 2025 reveals even more items you need to know about before your next trip. That video could save you from a major airport headache. If you're finding these tips helpful, a quick like and subscribe takes just a second, but helps tremendously. Drop "Cruise for You" in the comments with your favorite cruise line. I read every comment and respond personally. Now, let's talk about what's banned in the skies above your ship. Number 7. Drones. Dreaming of capturing that epic sail-away footage from above? Think again. Drones have become such an issue that most cruise lines have taken drastic measures. While you might think you'd only be banned from flying them on the ship, which makes sense, many cruise lines like Norwegian and Carnival won't even let you bring them on board at all. Others might allow you to check them with security, letting you use them only in ports, if that particular country permits it, which is another gamble entirely. One passenger who launched his drone in restricted airspace actually got arrested by local authorities. Your Instagram followers aren't worth jail time. Trust me. Save yourself the hassle and leave the drone at home. That smartphone in your pocket shoots better video than most drones did just a few years ago anyway. But here's something that might surprise pool lovers. Number 8. Pool noodles and floaties. If you've packed your favorite flamingo float or pool noodles, I've got bad news. Cruise ship pools are strictly no-float zones, even for kids. It's primarily a safety issue due to the limited pool size and the ship's movement, and cruise staff are remarkably quick to confiscate any flotation devices they spot. The only exception? Life vests, which are usually provided for free on board. So those pool noodles you carefully squeezed into your suitcase, they'll either never leave your cabin or end up confiscated. Here's where it gets even trickier, because some bans aren't even enforced by the cruise line. Number 9. Certain sunscreens. Port-specific ban. This ban isn't enforced by your cruise ship, but it can still get you in serious trouble the moment you step off at port. A growing number of popular cruise destinations, including Hawaii, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and parts of Mexico, have completely banned non-reef safe sunscreens. Why? Because common ingredients like oxybenzone and octinoxate can severely damage coral reefs and marine life. While your cruise line might not confiscate it during boarding, local authorities could fine you or even block you from certain beaches and excursions if you're caught with the wrong product. The simple solution? Pack only reef-safe sunscreen from the start. It protects both your skin and the sea, and won't unexpectedly derail your shore excursion. The next ban might cost you more than just your sunscreen. Number 10. Playing poker for cash in public areas. A friendly game of poker with your cruise buddies? Perfectly fine. Putting real money on the table outside the casino? That's when you've crossed the line. Cruise lines have imposed strict rules against gambling for cash in public areas, including your favorite card games. And it's not just about keeping things fair or protecting their casino profits. It's about staying compliant with the complex web of international gambling laws and avoiding any kind of on-deck disputes that could escalate. Whether you're in the buffet, the lounge, or out by the pool, if staff spot real money involved, they'll shut your game down immediately. Want to play for cash? Stick to the ship's casino where it's properly supervised, regulated, and comes with significantly better chairs anyway. Now for the shocking ban that's already costing unsuspecting travelers thousands of dollars. Number 11. Wheelchairs without accessible cabin bookings. This isn't a rumor. It's already happening and causing massive problems. Several cruise lines, including P&O and Fred Olsen, are now prohibiting passengers from bringing wheelchairs on board unless they've specifically booked an accessible cabin. The cruise lines claim it's about safety regulations and ensuring there are sufficient crew members to assist during emergencies. But for travelers who previously booked standard cabins with a foldable chair, it's turned cruising into a costly and stressful situation. Here's the devastating reality. If you show up with a wheelchair and didn't declare it during booking or secure an accessible cabin, you can be denied boarding entirely, at your own expense. We're talking thousands in lost vacation costs with no recourse. The insider secret? Always declare mobility aids during booking and get written confirmation that your specific device is permitted. Don't assume that what worked on your last cruise will work today. The rules are changing faster than ever. So tell me, which ban shocked you most, or what unexpected item got confiscated on your cruise? Comment below. Your story could save someone's vacation. Look, the travel industry profits when you don't know these secrets. Tired of being blindsided by hidden rules? Hit subscribe now. I reveal insider hacks weekly that the big companies don't want you to know. Want to turn the tables on the travel industry? This is how we do it. Together. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next Passport Pro video.